Okay, here's warm-up number 32. Going to do some factoring with some trinomials on the left side. I'm always looking for a common factor, so there isn't one here, but there is on the second problem, right? There's not on the third problem either. But always looking out for that. So I'm going to try a diamond problem here. I'm putting the 2 on top, negative 15 on bottom. Looking for two numbers that add to 2. The same two numbers should multiply to negative 15, so I'm thinking about ways to multiply to get 15, negative 15. Now I know one of these is going to have to be negative, right? But I'm kind of just thinking through those pairs. I can't do anything with the 1 and the 15, but I can with the 3 and the 5. If the 3 is negative and the 5 is positive, that's my winning combo. So then this is going to factor into x minus 3 times x plus 5, and then this is completely factored. Okay, next problem. Since I've got this 2 there, first thing I think is, can I factor it out? And yes, I can here. Some people will try to do this with them. Some people will try to do this with a modified diamond problem by taking the 2 and multiplying it by the negative 32. But you don't want to do that when there's a common factor. Okay? Sorry, I was trying to talk and factor at the same time. It didn't work out. Okay, so then with the trinomial, I'm going to attempt to factor that further because it looks like it's a candidate for further factoring. So I'm going to try it out with the diamond problem. So I'll put a 6 on top, negative 16 on bottom. Okay, I'm thinking about ways to multiply for negative 16. And then, yeah, I know one of those is going to have to be negative. But I'm just kind of thinking about my pairs that I can work with. And the only pair I can work with is the 2 and the 8. I can get a 6 out of those if the 2 is negative and the 8 is positive. Okay. All right. Last one, or last of these trinomial ones, factoring this completely. I can't factor out the 2, so here's where I'm going to do a modified diamond problem. I'm going to take the 2 and multiply it by the negative 9 to create a new trinomial. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. And now this I should be able to factor, hopefully. So let's set up a diamond problem here. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, 1 and 18, can't get 3 out of that. Or 2 and 9, can't get 3 out of that. 3 and 6, now I'm in business. 3 and 6 with a positive 3 and a negative 6, then that's going to work out for negative 3. Positive 3, negative 6, okay? But I'm not finished here because I modified the trinomial. I have to modify the answer. I'm going to, since in the beginning I multiplied by 2, now I'm going to divide the number parts by 2. I'm going to write that as a fraction. I'm dividing both of my constants by 2. Okay? And I'll reduce these as much as I can. 3/2 I can't reduce that at all, so I pull the 2 out in front of the x. The 3 falls to the ground. 6/2 I can reduce to 3, so this would be x minus 3. And then this is completely factored. There are many different ways you could factor this. As long as you got this solution, then whatever you did worked. Okay. All right, now writing an equation in slope-intercept form, so that's y equals mx plus b. This is actually in slope-intercept form, okay? So it's going to be for a line that goes through this point and is perpendicular to this line. So I like to set this up with my old line. That's the y equals 1/3 x minus 5. And then my new line is going to be perpendicular to my new line. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is use this equation. I can see the slope of my old line is 1/3 because that's the m part, right? So since these are perpendicular, they're going to have opposite reciprocal slopes. So I take this, flip the fraction upside down, and change the sign. So there's the slope of the new line. And then I also know this goes through the point 3, 1. So remember, I'm thinking y equals mx plus b. And I already know the m. It's going to be y equals negative 3x plus or minus something. I just need to figure out what that something is. And that's where my, sorry, I'm grabbing a pencil there. That's where the through pair comes in. So I'm going to use this through pair, and I'm going to plug that in for the xy pair now into here, and then I should be able to solve for b. So 1 is going to be y, and 3 is going to be x. And then I just have to add 9 to both sides. And b equals 10. So 2 important things. our b equals 10 and m equals -3. So now I can, I knew it was going to be y equals -3x plus something. Now I know that something is 10. Okay, and that is it for today's warm-up, and I'll see you next time.